Welcome back to CryptoFront. Welcome back to CryptoFront. This is the front line where we are fighting for financial freedom. We want to be taking a look at the JASMY price at one more time, as well as the rest of the market, to be honest with you, because we have extreme volatility happening right at this point. I was actually, taking a nap, and then the next thing I wake up, I left BTC right around something like $58,000, and then the next time I'm waking up, it hit $62,000. Luckily, I had opened, some kind of a position here on JASMY, so that really paid off a little bit. That was fantastic right there. But obviously now with this kind of volatility, there are a lot of questions that come with it. What exactly is happening right at this point, right? I'm gonna try all my best, to show what I think the market is doing right at this point. And then we're also going to paint the exact picture here with JASMY, because I think even in this chaotic situation, JASMY is showing a very clear picture right here, looking like it's very strong and clear support and resistance levels right there. So we'll talk about that, as well as my next price targets here for JASMY, right? So, without me further running my mouth too much, I want to kindly ask you to help me spread the video just by delicately tapping the like button. It really helps the YouTube algorithm. People looking for JASMY updates will now be able to see this video much more easily. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel just yet, I want to encourage you to do so, really, because I do TA on JASMY and a number of altcoins on a regular basis. And without me further running my mouth too much again, let's quickly jump into the daily time frame here with JASMY, so you can still see that we are still in that range that we have been talking about. I think it's been a month right at this point, and you can just see that it's just support, resistance, support, resistance, support, resistance as we are going. And I was saying that, of course, it doesn't make any sense to take any sort of action right in the middle of the zone. It actually termed the dumb money zone right there, because there's a 50% of the price shooting to the upside and then also shooting to the downside. So really there's a lot of manipulation that goes by there. But when you're down here at support levels, the best thing to do obviously is to buy, and that's exactly what I was doing right there, right? So we dipped right around something like 1.5 cents. If you remember, this was one of our main support levels by there. We had a support level switching from this level right here at something like 1.6 all the way to something like 1.45 there, about 1.45 cents here on JASMY. So 1.5 cents was a support level. Fantastic to see the JASMY prices reacting to something like that. So obviously here what we want to see are retracement levels, right? Are we gonna go above this specific level right here at something like 2.6 cents? So grabbing off Fibonacci retracement 2 from the very top of the structure right there to the very bottom at something like 1.6, we still see that we have got resistance along the way, especially something like 2 cents right there. Around 2 cents is a big resistance by the middle of the range, to be honest with you. And we will need to see the JASMY price at fighting all the way up right there, breaking and closing above at least the 0.618 Fibonacci extension level. That will be taking the price to something like 2.2 cents here for JASMY. We will now be able to escape this trading range that we are in right here, and then continue our upward trajectory. The next price tag that we are looking for right there is obviously around 5 cents. I'm going to show you where that is coming from as well. But right at this point, taking a look at our indicators, a couple of indicators that we like to see here. The MACD is painting a very nice picture here, because it's showing that each and every single time that the JASMY price has been trending with the downside here, you can see the first time it did something like that, the momentum was really high, to the downside right there, right? But on the second attempt right here, you can also see that the downward momentum got slow. Third time as well, it even got slower, much weaker right there. The fourth time that we just recently had was even much weaker than that. So you can see here that JASMY is putting in some strength as well here on the MACD, as you can see that each and every single time that we're continuously going to the downside, it's getting weaker and weaker. So what am I expecting right now in the next few days? I'm expecting a bullish cross here on the MACD. Once we get that is confirmation, obviously, that probably we will now be able to get back to the highs of the trading range. That's around something like maybe 2.4 cents, 2.5 cents. They were about right. Also the RSI, remember I was saying that in bullish scenarios, what you want to see is the RSI holding at least like the lowest, something like 38, and that's exactly what JASMY was doing right in this crash that we are having. So overall, JASMY is looking good. Even if we want to zoom out a little bit like this right here, let's see. This looks like a gigantic bullish flag right there, and it's just looking really strong. It's actually other market participants which are weaker and causing uncertainty here on JASMY. If you take a look at something like BTC, we can still see that there is a lot of uncertainty, right? We're trading also in a range, but BTC, failing to hold its support level, right? What JASMY was doing, But we'll see if we get back right and this whole thing was just a fake out, a whole big fake out, and then we can continue trending upwards. I mean, once something like this is happening, we have a clear trajectory on the JASMY price as well, because remember, the market moves in tandem, right? So right now there is the uncertainty of BTC, but JASMY on its own is looking very strong. It's looking good, looking like it knows what it's doing by the at least. But I mean, should we break the support level right at something like 1.45 cents, then we are talking about a different story altogether. But I don't think that is the time to talk about that right now, as I was just showing you that the indicators are showing that you can already see that here momentum is starting to build to the upside. So we just have, so you have that cross here. I like these crosses, at least when they are coming like from below zero, they have got much more strength. So let's see if we can have a good candle here on JASMY in the coming few days or something like that. But one thing that I can say is that there is a lot of buys that are happening. I mean, take a look at this week, right? You take a look at this week and all these weeks that are happening in JASMY. I mean, it's not even spending like 12 hours within this lower range, right? So people are interested in JASMY. That's what I can say. But here the uncertainty is with BTC, obviously, right? Also taking a look at the altcoin market. Basically, these are market participants, excluding BTC and Ethereum. And what we are seeing why there is that, it looks like we are going to be headed into something like a wake of accumulation pattern. At least if we want to take a look at the 1 hourly time frame, rather, you can see that maybe it's too early to call, but it seems like the market is going to need some days, right, just to recuperate and continue the upward momentum that we have. I mean, we are sitting at like massive historical support levels, right? But we are also saying that maybe this can be a preliminary support, a selling climax, an automatic rally, a secondary test. Maybe is this the spring or is the secondary test and phase B one more time? Let's see what eventually happens there. But I can also tell you that we are range stuck right there, right? So overall, the market is still in the range. No decisive move just yet as to see whether we are going to go back to the bear market or what, but we just going to have to wait it out a little bit. Now, I was mentioning the next price I get is something like 5 cents here on JASMY. I mean, relative to this bull flag that we were talking about, you still get that same price target right there. But also taking a look at the falling wedge that we have been monitoring for years at this point, I mean, it also points to that something like 5 cents right there as the conservative price target, as well as if you want to play around with the falling wedge right there, you can come up with something like 9, 10, 11 cents thereabout as your price target. So overall, as you can see already, JASMY is looking much more clearer than the rest of the market, and really it makes me happy to see this, because I know that the JASMY community deserves something like this one. So I'll see you on the next one. Take really good care of yourself. Remember, none of what I say is financial advice, and you shouldn't be buying or selling anything because of anything I say, alright? But if you like the content, don't forget to tap the like button, share the video with your friends and family, and then I'll have to see you on the very next one. Take really good care of yourselves. Bye.